You know, faith to me is believing when don't nobody else believe. At the end of the day, my faith, my belief in a higher power, in God, allow me to believe in myself. And at the end of the day, every step that he put me through, I had to believe that he was putting me through it for a reason, if that makes sense. And so, to me, you have to have the faith in order to have that belief. If you don't have the faith, then at times when it get hard and you face, adversity, what you believe in will not stand up if you don't have that faith. I grew up, obviously, in Marlin and Central Texas area, but part of the thing was going to church. I think that's most of us. You go to church, and as a kid, you're defiant a little bit, with going to church. Sometimes you don't always feel like it. But I'll tell you, something interesting happened my freshman year, going back to my freshman year in Marlin. One Sunday, just having church, routine day for me, going to church like I always did. Somehow, the pastor was talking about certain things that, man, overwhelming spirit just hit me. I mean, it was like just instantly. I had never felt anything like that, and I became overwhelmed where I started to just cry uncontrollably, Didn't even know why I was crying. And at that time, I knew that it was a spirit, a higher power, a spirit of God that was speaking to my heart at that time. And then the prophecy, which I believe in at that time, came down and said, God will take you places you never imagined if you just honored him. And I just began to cry and cry. And that's when I knew he was real. And guess what? Every step of my journey, he's been proving it to me. I will take you places you never imagined. I never imagined I'd be here having my number retired at every level of football, been in the Hall of Fame at every level of football. I never imagined being here. I never imagined living in this house. I grew up in a house, you can fit 3 of them in here, but it's not about that. It's just about what God promised me. If I honor him, he would take me places I never imagined. And so at that time, as a 14-year-old kid, I knew he was real. But God has a funny way of reminding you at times. Like I said, at every step of the journey, he's done that and still continue to do it. A blessing can be a lot of different things. It's not just about material things. People think of getting, money that you didn't have before as a blessing. But, that can also be a problem, amongst the family if you don't know how to manage it. And so I think a blessing sometimes is God putting people in your life to help you along your journey. That's to me, what truly a blessing is. Because, life is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It is a journey that you must go through with other people. That's why, to me, the most important thing that God taught, that Jesus taught, was love. And so if someone loves you enough to help you along your journey, that's a blessing. It is the foundation of my existence. And the people that truly have faith, it should be their foundation. Because, life is full of roller coasters. There's ups and downs. And certainly in my career, in my professional career, there's been, a lot of downs. There's been a lot of disappointments. Even, throughout my life, not having my father at times, a lot of disappointment, a lot of challenges of being down and depressed over that. But having the faith that there was something better for me on the other side, that God would take me through it. That's what my faith did for me. That's how I was able to overcome a lot of the challenges that we all face. Look, I'm not immune to anything that happens in this world. Just because I was good at running the football, I'm not immune to any of the challenges and problems that we all face, but it's the difference, what I believe in, the faith that I have that gets me through it. I don't think so. I think the challenges we face, it's made to make us stronger, right? It's made to make us into what God wants us to be, because I don't think we're ever who God intended us to be. He's always, like a sculptor, he's always molding us and shaping us into what he wants us to be for that final product, that final stance that day. And ultimately, I believe it's all, to bring him the glory, to bring someone else along, you know what I mean? So the things that I've been through, I can reach back, to my son or my nephew or just, a friend of a friend to say, hey, this is how you get through this. I've been where you are. I've been through these challenges. This is how you get through it. Just that, God never leaves you. And here's the thing, when we feel like, man, where is God? He's not answering me. He's always gonna answer you when it's the right time, when you need to. I remember when I first got released by the Chargers, and I didn't know my next step. I didn't know if I would retire there or if I would go somewhere else and play. And I'll tell you, I spent days meditating and praying and asking for God to show me the path, show me the way. And it didn't seem like he heard me for a good week. And so that went on, constantly praying and asking God, what's next? But then at the time when I thought I was gonna make my decision for myself, he made it for me with a phone call. Someone called and the door opened up, and that's when I said, you know what? God he's always gonna be there. Even when I think he's not there.